And it ain't yours. Protecting something that you never owned.
Right now.
Fighting over a piece of territory that if you miss the rent, you're out of there. You don't own. And we want fast money because what happens is our world also glamorizes fast money. If you make fast money, you can get a beeper. You make fast money, you can get some chains and rings and things. You make fast money, you can get some pumps on your feet for $105. You make fast money, you can get a nice Jeep with a phone so you can stay in touch with who's around you or who's close that you don't want close. It glamorizes it, it lifts it up, and you can wear certain types of jeans and certain kinds of jackets, and you can wear certain kinds of rings and certain kinds of shoes, and it only lasts as fast as you get it. It's a fleeting moment. They never tell you the bottom line to that kind of lifestyle is that this life will self-destruct. But that's what they tell us, that it's supposed to be long-term. This is money, you making it quick. Some of us invest more money in the lotto than we do in buying a home, and if we take that money and turn it over, we can buy our own home. Wait to hit the big one. You ain't even handling the little one. You need to get some bread. You need to buy a house. You need some profit. We don't think like that. We want it quick. I used to be like that. After Christ. Till some men set me down from this church. I said, Pastor, you need to do something. Why? Everything's lovely. A little family, we live in a little parsonage, and a little church, and everything's lovely. What's the deal? We don't need to do anything. It's just nice. Praise God. Glory be to his name. Going to heaven anyhow. I don't have time to think about those things. I'm in the ministry. Thank God for their persistence. He said, now, how long will you be in the ministry? I don't know. Right? If you're not here, you die. Let's say you die. Where your family go? Where they gonna live? You gonna send them back to their mother? Or why y'all gotta get all like that? Let's get back to John 3:16. I can exegete that. He said, no, Pastor, this is why you need to do that. And he sat down and he taught me. And he showed me, you can do this when you do that. You can do this when you do that. You can take this and move this over here when you do that. You can write this off when you do that. You can write this on when you do that. You can get this out of it when you do that. When you invest it, and you find out that it's not a debt, it's an investment, because you might start out paying for this. When you finish with it, it'll be worth this. And then you can get this, and then you can take that and move that over here and do this. So why don't you go through that? I said, on my way. It took some years. Gave us a goal, gave us a plan, and we aimed at it. It wasn't coming overnight. I didn't get it in 1 year. I didn't get it in a year and a half. I didn't get it in 2 years. Aimed at it. Persistent, consistent. Bought me a little something. Amen. Buying me a little something. Go to the bank. Talk to the man. With my head up. Yes, how can I help you? You know, how can I help you? I want to alleviate you from some of your indebtedness. And let me offer to you a plan that I have Yeah, somebody. And this is how I can do that, because on this end I have this and I can put this here. And if you give me this, then I can use this as collateral, and then you give it to me and I take this and I'll turn it over. God said, take them out of this place, because I'm going to give them some land. And that is people. Don't hold nothing. And it's sad, and you can't, and you should. If you do it God's way, you shall. Land is people. Don't think past through it. Own them so they can give you some money. Taking too long. Okay, rest this way. When you're landless, you really can't make too many decisions. On what? On whether or not you're going to pay this week or not. That's it. That's it. Well, I'm going to fix this up. Why? You going to leave it?
Amen.
That's the convicting.
Go ahead, man.
Another principle came out of this book of Exodus that's related, I believe. And it is the principle of population control. You remember the Israelites, they were growing in leaps and in bounds. Matter of fact, they multiplied. The Bible say, God, no, they will multiply. And you do know you get more out of things when you multiply than you do when you add. Are you with me here? They were multiplying. They were excelling. Pharaoh got afraid. And you remember? He said, we got to get some control over this population, because if this people grows too greatly, they might link up with our enemies and pull a coup and attack us. They already outnumber us. So we need to do something with population control. You remember what happened? When they began to multiply, the Bible said that Pharaoh said, we got to give them some more work. These folk ain't used to working, because they were nothing but a bunch of sheep herders when they got there. They were herdsmen. And that was considered to be a detestable way of making one's income in Egypt. But yet they were doing well at what they were doing. And so Pharaoh thought that if I can work them to death, then that'll stop them from making babies, because when they get home, they'll be tired. Y'all not praying. I'm trying to make it live. And the reality is in the text. So they put hard taskmasters. They not only worked them, had them to do something they were not used to doing. Number one. And then number two, they began to do it very strenuously, and they put taskmasters over them that were not Israelites, but they were Egyptians. They worked them. Then they added insult to injury, because they told them, we're no longer going to supply the straw for you to make the brick and mortar. You're going to have to get your own straw. So after they worked during the daytime, they had to go out in the evening time to gather the straw so that they can have it in the morning time when they would start out to work again. Yeah. And he thought that if I do that, that'll stop them from producing babies. But the text said the babies kept on coming. Matter of fact, it made them stronger. They began to become stronger. They were used to stroking sheep. Now the hands were getting tough. Muscles began to develop in their body because of the hard work that they were doing, and they still had time. They had all this energy to make some babies. Hallelujah. Don't ever put a folk under strenuous stuff and say that they can't make it if the work is hard. the babies still keep on coming. It makes them stronger, and these folk got stronger, and they continue to produce babies. It blew his mind. He said, wait a minute. These babies keep on, we're giving them more hours, we're giving them overtime, and making their work more strenuous, and they still keep producing babies. Then he put out another decree. He says, all right, fine. They're going to make babies, they can make them, they can have them, but they can only have girl babies. No boy babies. Kill the boys. Y'all bear with me on this. Kill the boys. When I first looked at this, eventually it made sense, but at first it didn't make too much sense to me. To save the girl babies, if you're trying to stop the reproduction, why save the girl babies? It would seem, why save the boy babies? It would seem better if you would save the boys and kill the girls. But the closer I began to look at this thing, this strategy was shrewd. Because Pharaoh understood that if the boys became men and they had children, these children would be Israelites and continue to have the potential to war against them. But if they were girl babies, that meant the daughters would be born children, and these children, these girl babies, if the boys were gone, the Egyptians would marry the Israelites, and then their children would be under the Egyptians and not under the Israelites. That's why they said, kill the boys. Point. It ain't changed. My brothers and sisters, kill the boys. What you mean, kill the boys? They're not doing that now yet. Oh, yeah. It's more boys in prison than they are women. We got more boys in our prison than we do in college. Kill the boys. We got more single-parent women at home with the children than we do men that are single-parent home with the children. Kill the boys.
Preach, Pastor.
Get rid of those boys. If I can get that man child, I can get that family. And they produce that it produces that attitude. Kill these boys. Get the boys out of the way, because if we can get all these boys out of the way, then whatever comes through that woman, it'll be under. Whatever male is going to be there. And that's why do you think that either our boys in this day and this age are either in jail, they're either dead, or they're crossing over the fence? And the reason why is because something is going on, something is happening. I want you to know, my brothers and sisters, this ain't by no accident.
So you're right.
I'm not by no accident. Devil know what he's doing. He wasn't born yesterday. And let me say a word about this to my sisters. You gotta be careful. Just for a few minutes, let me talk here. You gotta help us out. Look, I'm my own woman. I ain't help no man problem. No, I'm not talking like that. No. I'm talking about by letting us be men. Let him be a man. Don't you try to be him. Excuse this English. Let him be him. And let you be you.